Is anybody else tired of dating lessons instead of blessings? It cannot just be me. Hey y'all, welcome to Full on Faith. I'm speaking to the people today that are tired of lessons, man. Like, are y'all just tired of lessons? Aren't you ready for your blessing? Like, I know I am. So I'm speaking to all those who keep experiencing lessons today. Let's just be real for a second. Like, dating, and especially in this generation, is very hard. Like, I don't know what's in the dating pool. I feel like it's contaminated. It's very stressful. I kind of hate it. And I'm tired of learning lessons from different people. But I can say, like, even though it might not be comforting in the moment, when you can look back at a situation or like a relationship or whatever the case may be with the person and see the meaning behind it and actually see the lesson behind it, then you can kind of see what God was showing you now. And you might not be able to see it in that moment, but you'll be able to look back and be able to see the lesson that came out of it from God Himself. See, here's the thing about God. He brings each and every person into our life for a reason. So that person is either going to be a lesson or they're going to be a blessing. And sometimes they're both. And honestly, it's for a reason. Like, there are going to be a lot of people that you come across that are going to teach you some things, and you're not going to realize it in the moment because obviously, like, when you're dating, you're all wrapped up in emotions. And that's kind of the hard part about dating, because when you really get your emotions involved, it's really kind of hard to see certain things that God is trying to show you in that moment. And so sometimes you kind of have to hurt your own feelings and, stay in it a little bit longer for you to finally realize what God is trying to show you. For example, like, if you feel like you keep coming across the same types of men, sometimes that's God trying to tell you that there's something within yourself that you need to take a look at, right? Maybe there's some insecurities there that you're not really facing. Maybe there's certain attributes about yourself that you need to fix, because that's what's attracting you to the wrong type of men, and the same type of man at that. Like, it's like you're dating the same man in a different body, and there's a reason behind that, because God is clearly trying to tell you something, and that's why you keep running all these lessons, right? Like, there's nothing worse than dating the same type of man in a different body. Like, it's just like, man, you're just like the last person I just dated. Like, when that keeps happening, after a certain point, you kind of have to take a look at yourself and understand why. And it's not to say that there's something wrong with you. Like, that's not what I'm talking about at all. It's just more so like there might be something that God is trying to reveal to you. And sometimes He can only reveal that to you through another person. I'm going to use myself as an example and kind of put myself out there a little bit, be a little vulnerable for a second. There was a point in time, this was like a few years ago, I was in a long relationship. I was in like a 5.5 year long relationship. And there were so many things that I wasn't realizing about myself. And in the midst of that relationship, I contributed to that relationship being as bad as it was. Like, it was never one-sided. It was the both of us. But I can definitely say that there were things that I contributed to it that I wasn't even realizing in the moment, because I was so wrapped up in the emotions of that relationship, to the point where when I finally made the decision to leave and I had the time to be by myself for a little bit and actually reflect, even more so to the point of, like, I have experienced things with other people that I've dated that I was doing in my relationship and not even realizing it. And then when I start getting frustrated with other people for doing the same things that I've done in my past relationship, it was like, wow. And so, like, I feel like God has used other people that I have dated to also reveal things to me about myself that I didn't even realize at one point, right? And not even just through other people, but just being able to take a moment to myself after leaving that relationship to look back and reflect on so many things and be like, wow, I really could have did a lot of things a lot better. And so God will use somebody to really, or multiple people, to reveal certain things to yourself that you might not be able to see in plain sight. Like, this is the thing, like, God knows our desires. Like, He knows our desires. Like, for me, for an example, like, I have a very strong desire to get married, have a family, and settle down with my life, right? But I feel like, although that is a strong desire of mine, there is a reason why it's not happening in this moment. There's a reason why I'm not in that place yet. And that's because God had to teach me things first. And I really honestly feel like God will use different people in your life as lessons to be able to build you up and prepare you for when it's actually your time to reach your right person given to you by God. Dating isn't always just about finding the right person, because you also have to be the right person for your partner. When you're praying to God for a partner and you're praying to God for, a husband or a wife, and you're just praying about the things that you want from somebody else, but you also haven't taken the time to look at yourself to make sure that you are also the right partner for this person that you keep praying for. And sometimes that takes some character building, and we can't always just do that by ourselves. We have to learn through other people. So all these lessons that you keep coming by, as irritating as they are, as frustrating as they are, okay, there is a reason behind the lessons. Each and every lesson, you have to take a moment to take a look at every single relationship that you have been in, every person that you've dated, and be able to look and say, what did I learn from this? Whether it was about the other person or whether it was about myself, whether it was about certain things that I know that I don't want, certain things that I know that I do want, certain things that I could do better, certain things that I need to be requiring of people, certain standards, like certain things within yourself, like even just for example, just simply loving yourself more. Like there are so many things to learn from the relationships that you encounter with people. And so, again, I understand it's very irritating. And trust me, I could write a movie on my dating experiences. I'm not even going to get into that. So I get it. But there's a reason behind it. And so, God is going to try to prepare you for the right person. And sometimes that involves learning a few things from a few other people, unfortunately. So, like, if you are very strongly desiring, not just a relationship, but a partnership, a marriage, like a covenant with somebody, if that's something that you're really desiring, God put that in your heart for a reason. He didn't just put that there for no reason. Like, God didn't place that desire in your heart to not fulfill it, but He has to build you up and prepare you for it first. Because again, it's not always just about you finding the right partner for yourself, but it's also about you making sure that you're the right partner for somebody else as well. And that takes preparation. That takes a lot of growth. It takes a lot of wisdom, and it takes a lot of lessons to be able to really take a look at yourself. And also, again, setting standards of things that you know that you want and don't want, and not settling. God loves us too much to allow us to settle for less than what we want and what we deserve. So God is not going to let you settle. So that relationship that you're in right now, that you feel like, oh, this is my person, but like also at the same time, like you're never finding peace in a relationship. You're always having problems, and you're always praying to God for things to get better. You're praying over your relationship and things aren't changing, things aren't getting better. That's probably because you're not meant to be with that person, but you are meant to learn something from that person. So don't be discouraged by the lessons, guys. Do not be discouraged, because here's the thing. As long as you are learning things, that means God is still preparing you for your person, okay? And while He's working on you, He's also working on them as well. So there is somebody for everybody. God has a person for you, okay? So just don't get discouraged when you feel like you keep coming across these failed relationships or situationships or dating eras and stuff like that. Like, just don't be, discouraged by it. Don't get upset. Don't feel like, oh, like maybe I'm just not meant to date at all. I'm just going to be single forever. Like, we don't have to do that. No, God has somebody for us, but He's also preparing us for them as well. So while He's preparing you, He's preparing them. And at the right time, when God knows that His preparation is finished, He's going to bring you guys together. Okay. And just because the preparation is finished doesn't mean the work is. Okay. That's the work begins after the preparation, but we're all going to find our person, but at the same time, we have to learn certain things, and that's how we grow, and that's how God prepares us so that we can make sure that we are also prepared to be the right partner for our person at the same time. So don't be discouraged, guys. I really hope that this message found you well. And if you were able to get something out of this, I'm really happy about that. So, if you feel like you've been learning a lot of lessons lately, just say I'm learning in comments, because I know I'm learning. So I just thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.